Welcome to the Top Master Academy Math English class. In today's class, we are going to be looking at the discriminant of a quadratic functions. Discriminant of a quadratic functions. And before we go to that, if you have not subscribed to my channel, please help me to do so. Help me like my videos. Help me share my links. Thank you. Now, discriminant. What is discriminant? Discriminant. What is discriminant of a quadratic function? Discriminant, the function of discriminant is just for us to know the nature of the roots. Just to know the nature of the roots of any graph you want to sketch under quadratic functions. Just to know the roots. What are the type of roots? You see, are we going to have two real roots? Are we going to have one real root? Are we going to have no real root at all? So these are the things that we want to know with this discriminant. It tells us what are the natures of the roots we are going to have in our graphs. Now, we all know our general formula for quadratic function. The general formula is x equals minus b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. This is our general formula that we all know. And the discriminant is what we have inside this square root. So it is denoted by d, which is discriminant, equals to b squared minus 4ac. These are discriminants. So anywhere you see b squared minus 4ac, it is called discriminant. It is called discriminant. Now, how do you now use this to know the nature of the root? We have three cases. Case 1, if b squared minus 4ac is greater than 0. That is case 1. And in my last class, I've already explained or I've already given the general form of a quadratic function. The general form of a quadratic function is ax squared plus bx plus c. This is the general form of a quadratic function. Ax squared plus bx plus c. This is the general form that we have under quadratic functions. Why is the general formula we have? And I said in the case 1, if b squared minus 4 is greater than 0, that is the first case. What I mean by that? If b squared minus 4 is greater than 0, it means we are going to have two real roots. It means we are having two real roots. B squared minus 4ac greater than 0, we have two real roots. Two real roots. It means that two roots means that our graph will cut across 2 points. It will touch x-axis at 2 points. That's the meaning. For example, you have something like, if you have graph like this is the type of graph you can have. If you have this, you can have this kind of graph. It touches at 2 points. This is y, this is x. You can have this. Your graph can come this side. You have this at 2 points. Your graph can also be in this form. This. You can see that we have three graphs now. That is, it touches the x-axis at the positive side, it touches the x-axis at negative side, it touches at the what? At both sides. So, if your b squared minus 4ac, which is discriminant, is greater than 0, we are going to have two real roots. Which way you have it? These are the roots. This x, this x. You can call it x1, you can call it x2, you can call it x1, you can call it x2, you can call this x1, you can call this one x2. Those are the two roots that we have. We have two real roots. That is first case. Or in my last class, I discovered what you can have your graph face up. You can also have it face down. So the graph can still be of this format. It can be of this format. It can be of this format. Can be this. Your graph can be this. Your graph can also be this. Your graph can also be this. S X Y X Y X Y X. So you can have it this, you can have it in this format. End of the form. But the condition is that it must cut across the x-axis at 2 points when discriminant is greater than 0. So case 2, if b square minus 4ac is equal to 0, it means we have one real root. We have one real root. We have one real root. For when it's greater than 0, we have two real roots. When it's equal to 0, we have one real root. So in this case here, we can have this. We can have this. In this case, we can have this. We can have this. Can have this. You can have this. Can have this. Can have this. Friends. So it can face down as well. Can have this. Can have this. Can have this. So remember this your y-axis, remember this your x-axis, your y-axis, your x-axis, your y-axis, your x-axis, and so on and so forth. X, y, x, y, x. So you are going to have one real root. That is, you can see that your graph is touching your x-axis at one point. At one point. Okay, so for the last case, which is case 3, if b square minus 4ac is less than 0, this case, no real root. No real root. We don't have any root. That means that is here we have imaginary roots. Imaginary roots. You have imaginary roots. What are you going to have? Imaginary roots. No, that means in this case again we can have this. It means we can have this. You can have this. You can have this. You can have this. It can still face down as well, like what we did there. You can still have it this form. You can have this. You can have this. You can have this. So now this is your y and x, y and x, y and x, y and x, x axis, y x axis, y x axis. So these are the three cases we can have. No real root for the third case, but you have imaginary roots. What I mean by that? Imaginary root simply means that from our formula, which s equals minus b plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac over 2a. If everything I have there is equal to minus, which is negative, you are going to have a complex root, which you are still going to look at in the next class, as we are moving in the course of our classes. That is, when you have the meaning of less than 0, it means that this place is negative. So you are going to have a complex root. So that's why it has imaginary root, no real root. Because if you look at the graph does not tell us the x-axis. It does not tell the x-axis. So these are three cases we need to know about this, and it helps us to get our root of, it helps us to know the nature of the root of the graph, which is what we have shown on the board. Like we have two real roots, one real root, and no real roots, but it has imaginary roots. Thank you. So lastly, help me to like my videos, share my links, and subscribe to my channel.